Feeling bored with XRP? That boredom is a weapon, and it's being used against you. Remember the chaos around the $1.42 price point? The panic selling? While you were being shaken out, a much bigger game was being played behind the scenes, an invisible game. And today, we are exposing the truth they don't want you to see. This is the deep dive investigation into what really happened in February 2026. Institutions aren't scared. They are strategic. Our investigation shows a stark contrast. As retail investors sold off in fear, large institutions were quietly vacuuming up every XRP they could get their hands on. It's a classic wealth transfer, happening right under our noses. They create the panic, then they buy your assets for pennies on the dollar. They want you to think XRP is dead, that the opportunity is gone. But the data tells a completely different story. They're not selling, they're accumulating. The question is, why? Let's break down the mechanics of the stop-loss hunt that occurred on February 6th. It wasn't random market fluctuation. It was a calculated move. Algorithms were triggered to push the price down to specific levels, hunting for stop-loss orders placed by retail traders. Your safety net became their entry point. Once those orders were triggered and a cascade of selling began, they stepped in and bought everything up at a discount. It's a ruthless but effective strategy designed to take your holdings and add them to their own. You weren't just unlucky, you were targeted. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest myths used to suppress retail enthusiasm, the market cap myth. You've heard it a million times. XRP can't reach a high price because its market cap would be too big. This is a fundamental misunderstanding, often pushed intentionally to keep you thinking small. Market cap is simply the last traded price multiplied by the circulating supply. It is a result of price, not a barrier to it. High-value assets in every other market have proven this time and time again. Don't let flawed logic and persistent FUD cloud the actual potential. The numbers don't lie, but the narratives built around them often do. So, where is all this XRP going? The answer is shocking. It's disappearing from exchanges. Right now, the amount of XRP available to buy on exchanges is at an 8-year low. Think about that. The lowest supply in nearly a decade. This creates the perfect setup for a massive supply shock. When demand surges and there's very little available to buy, prices have nowhere to go but up. Simultaneously, as exchange reserves plummet, the number of whale wallets, those holding massive amounts of XRP, has hit an all-time high. They know something is coming, and they are positioning themselves for it. They are draining the supply, getting ready for the next major market cycle. If you've held on through all of this, if you're an XRP survivor, this message is for you. The boredom, the frustration, the feeling that you're being played, it's all part of their strategy. But you have the advantage now. You can see the game for what it is. Ignore the noise, ignore the emotional manipulation, and focus on the data. The historic low supply on exchanges and the record high accumulation by whales are the only signals that matter. The invisible game is now visible. Hold your ground, stay informed, and don't let them shake you out right before the finish line. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more updates that cut through the noise.